Now, as well, the Tamashi showroom is kind of over there. It's just kind of left-ways everything around. Down the main street you'll see a lot of like small shops, like was it Lam Bar or something? Yeah, they're worth checking out. You might find some cool items, blush and other UFO catch items which often get put on sale there. Yeah, it's worth looking at. There's a lot of stuff here to look at. It's fun to spend a whole day exploring, going to all the nooks and crannies of the shops. But you know, a lot of good deals are in the main chains, unfortunately, or older stuff. Not so much in Akihabara these days, since it is more of a tourist location. So that's a little bit of a shame, but still definitely fun to walk around, and lots of cool deals to still be found if you're lucky as well. Good stuff goes really fast. But yeah, anyway, so actually I said we we're going to go to the shop there on the corner. That's down just a little bit. The Tenkoku 2 building, or Hobby Paradise. But first we actually have BicCamera. I have covered this in a previous video. Another great place if you need to go to the toilet, because they are nice, and there's quite a few. Electronics, but on the, I think, 5th or 6th floor is the toy floor. So we'll jump out there first, have a quick look, come back down, go to the Tenkoku, go down to the end, come back on the other side, and kind of do a full loop around. Okay, so before we head upstairs, yeah, they have a nice little display. Sometimes you see new figures on display, or ones that are either kind of being promoted, or in this case, one's not for sale. It does vary, but we want to head up to the 7th floor, because that's for the game, toys, and play models. Easily tell that by the Tamashi Nations logo. So let's head on up. Pretty easy to tell when you hit the toy floor, right? So one good tip is you need to come into a building with multiple floors, check it out, find the coloured people, this will obviously indicate the toilets, and they generally are scattered around and often alternate, so it's definitely worthwhile checking so you know where to go to the bathroom. But yeah, up here we have a whole bunch of games, and then all the figure stuff is off to the side, so all the Marvel stuff, we've got effects, a whole bunch of old Tamashi stuff. So it can be worthwhile checking out there. The prices are often pretty good. There's a really big chain, BicCamera, and even if they don't have much in stock, their display case is awesome. So definitely worth checking that out. And they often have new items on display as well, which is cool to check out. So you can get a sneak peek at some upcoming releases as well. Plus, if you love Gundam, they have lots of kits here. I am tempted to pick up the Caliburn, actually, he looks really cool. But yeah, anything you want to make model kit sets, a whole bunch of figures, so definitely is worth coming up here to have a really good look around. Plus, quite a few bathrooms on the other floors, so it is a good pit stop area. Okay, so we've left BicCamera off to the side there, and then we're going to head into Volds, Akihabara Hobby Paradise 2. So on the bottom floor they've got like remnant stuff, little bit small items. I think the second floor is like a whole bunch of random anime goods. I think, yeah. What else is there? Third, we actually have a floor mat that is handy. So anime goods, 5th floor hobby stuff, 6th floor event space, 5 is figures, and then what's that? Other model kit sets and other items on the 4th floor. So pretty cool. Definitely worth checking out, so pop on up. A bunch of Yudo Camp stuff, so anything that's, I guess, the latest, most popular series, you'll find items here. Japan, lots of stairs. There should be an elevator somewhere. I think it's at the back, so you can just check out those if you're not really feeling too fit. A whole bunch of model making items, customization parts and so forth. So up on the 4th floor now, a whole bunch of what is it, the girl model kit sets, which seem to be extremely popular at the moment. The kit sets, Gundam, stuff from Transformers, over to the side, Macross, Diacron, Voltron, too cool. So yeah, lots and lots of cool stuff to check out in here. It's nice that it's varied as well, so depending on what you like, you'll probably find something that at least captures your interest. So we've made it to the 5th floor. Seems they've rearranged stuff compared to what was written downstairs, but now we have all the different figures up on this floor. And there is quite a few. There are Nendoroid figures, figure arts, all the figures up for pre-order. Some individual parts for sale as well. So definitely lots of options up here. Ooh, all the jump stuff. Jojo. Okay, so we have left the Tenkoku 2 building, and then just outside, or just right next door, Kaito Station. Awesome arcade, it's worth checking out, have a bit of fun, you know, use up those loose 100 coins. Then next up we have Animate, so any type of like anime goods, manga, DVDs, music, you know, keychains, all that type of merchandise for the latest anime series. This is where you want to go, lots of cool stuff. Maybe not as good as what they used to be, since now acrylic items seem to be all the rage, which is a little bit boring, but definitely is one of the main stops for character goods. Now when you come down, there's again the small shops of random items you can check out, and then you've got like Don Quixote, which has all sorts of items. Very fun to check out those branches, but this one here probably not worthwhile. I'd go to one in another area where it's probably a bit less crowded. PC shop on the corner, Skimore. Now down this way, not as many shops as there used to be. The Tamashii showroom used to be just up here, but now that's obviously moved down towards the station. So nowadays I don't have much reason to come down this far, to be honest, but there are still a few shops. There's one called Liberty, which is just up ahead, but it is a tourist trap, I'd say. It's worth avoiding for the most part. You might get a good deal, but for the most part quite expensive. But one shop that is on the way is a chain which you've probably heard of nowadays, and that's called Surugaya. Now they have about, I don't know how many branches now, actually maybe 6, 7 scattered throughout Akihabara. Each one has its own specialty: anime figure, game, trading card, models and so forth. Now this one here has Gundam, robots and military cars and vehicles, so it is worthwhile checking out. It's kind of upstairs. Carl's Jr. Fair. Only branch I know of in Japan, actually, not many. But yeah, Cat Cafe. We've got the Liberty shop here, one of them. They are saying Lucky Bags are because it's New Year's. And we have the other Surugaya shop here. This one's cool. So upstairs they've got figures. It's worth checking out. They've got the train items. You know, the Tommy-can, like the wee Matchbox Hot Toys stuff. So yeah, that is worth checking out. It is pretty good. And they also sell Ichiban Kuji there normally. Now, there's a green sign up there that says Liberty. Green sign, white text. That's the main Liberty shop, from memory. Which has quite a bit of stuff, multiple floors. It is worth checking out, just for fun. But if it's a new item, maybe take a photo of the price and you can check it out later just to compare. Otherwise you may end up spending more than what you would normally elsewhere. There goes Yo Submarine again, but that one there is for board games and tabletop RPGs. So often the main chains here will kind of separate out and they'll have different branches. Gushers everywhere. Some of these old shops will have old ones, which is quite fun. But anyway, might need to get another drink. Actually, I think this is the okay, this one, Liberty, which is small, There used to be another one, maybe it's gone now actually. Yeah, I think, okay, it's gone. Anyway, the other little shop I want to show, which is like a treasure trove or a time machine, it's Toys Golden Age, down in the arse end of Akihabara. Lots of old stuff. Probably can't film in there, but it's literally a tiny hole in the wall store with lots of old stuff. Before you used to kind of trip over everything going in, but now it seems to be kind of cleaned up actually. So yeah, if you're into retro items or a lot of old stuff, definitely worth coming in, and you can find some really cool items in the shop. So I asked the owner if it's okay to film. He says okay, so it's awesome. Lots of Transformers, Masterpiece, so you can pick up some old ones which you don't see around as much these days. Even real older releases. Old Japanese release, G.I. Joe. So yeah, definitely an awesome place to come to pick up old releases. So yeah, actually, really nice guy. Surprised he let me film in it, which is cool. Often, still an issue in Japan, you can't really film in a lot of places, and that's probably why a lot of footage is a bit jerky at points, because I've been told no filming, so I've had to stop midway through. But hopefully you're getting a good idea of what is available and where to go. But we are still on the main street. Generally speaking, if you keep walking this way, I think you'll get to Ueno, or Panda. Yeah, Ueno. So there isn't much down here. However, there are some food places, and since it's a bit further away, a little bit quieter. But there's one more shop I want to highlight, we'll go to, and there's on the corner here. It's called Tamtam Hobby Shop. Not as common as a lot of other places go to, but basically down this end is all touristy, tourist destination, tourist traps. Basically, not so much these days, but you get a whole bunch of Chinese buses will rock up. Everyone will go out and they go shopping. And basically this building is catering that. You've got all these kind of duty-free shops. One's for Chinese tourists and so forth. So not as busy these days. Getting a bit more busy now, of course. But this kind of hobby shop kind of went a little bit unnoticed, I guess. So sometimes you can find some cool items, and if you're into RC cars especially, then it is worthwhile checking out. They have 2 floors, so let's pop up and have a quick look. Okay, so we're going to head up to the 5th floor first. Yeah, we're going to work our way down. As it says, train model, miniature cars, then the next one's radio control tools, play model, and so forth. So, if you love trains, this is where you want to come. Rows and rows and rows of engaged trains, Hot Wheels, die-cast cars, buildings. These would be very cool for some Godzilla photos.
Every item.
Okay, these are awesome. Diorama 1/5 scale. Definitely want to pick up some of those for some Godzilla photos. Go there. Tommy Tech buildings. Static. These are awesome. I've used a few for some kaiju photography already. Definitely want to pick up more buildings eventually, but the price definitely adds up fast. They are cool though. Okay, so on the 4th floor, all the Gundam kits. There's lots of models here if you want to check them out. So definitely worth coming down. I think the figures are off to the side somewhere. Got all the IC cars as well. So the figures were down in the back corner. I mean, the price is okay. Definitely a bit more high, as I mentioned. It was a bit more of a touristy spot for Chinese tourists to come in off a bus and come and hit multiple shops in one building. But you can still find some items which you may not find as easy in other shops, which is cool. And the prices are, for the most part, either base retail or slightly under. So as far as tourist trips go, pretty standard actually, or pretty good I should say. So it's not bad. If you see something you really like, it's worth getting. Yeah, nah. But I'm surprised I haven't seen this go around in ages. So if you're after Figma Megumi, you know, retail price, can't really complain at that, right? Whew, okay, that was a long way to get down through the elevator, which sucks. But anyway, we're outside. As you saw, not bad shop. McDonald's, that's the street we walked down before. The station's over there. We're going to cross over, and now we're on the other side of the main street. So we've got Kotobukiya, Mandarake, and Amiami, Akiba X, which has good prices. There is a back street as well, so we've got Main Street, back street. So we'll go down the Main Street first and we'll loop back all the way around. Checking out a few other shops like in the jungle, there's the Gundam Transformer shop down there, and maybe a Godzilla stuff as well. So yeah, let's head on down to the next stop. Okay, so we've crossed the street. You can see the nice screen of Moss Burger, which I highly recommend. Awesome burger place. But one thing I want to point out, obviously there's English on this sign, but if you're into trading cards, to deka, memorize the sign, write it down. Basically when I used to play Hugo is just walk around and look up on the signs above and just try and spot it, and you'll find shops in the most randomest of locations, tucked up in tiny little corners of buildings, and yeah, it was a great way to find new shops. I think maybe not as common nowadays, but you can still find some really cool shops just by looking out for those keywords. Maybe it's game, trading card, or figure. So I'll definitely drop all those keywords to look out for in the description below, just so you can walk around and see what hidden gems you can find. But yeah, where are we right now? So around this area we do have a lot of like PC sales, second-hand shops and stuff. Okay, we'll check these shops out soon, but down back we've got another Surugaya. But yeah, focus, stay on the main street. Okay, so more gacha. If you're after cheap food, Saizeriya is pretty good family restaurant, but this one is ridiculously busy. So either go super early or really late, and don't align with a main meal time. Okay, so on the corner here, I haven't been in here in years actually, so let's check it out. It used to be really good for card games actually, but the first floor there are figures, so let's go on up and check it out. It's one that where people sold their own items in the boxes, and then 4th floor for a trading card. It used to be really cool for picking up cheap Yu-Gi-Oh cards back in the day. Super tiny, dodgy stairs and other things. So this little shop, so it's a rental box. So it's like that one that says a tourist trap in Radio Kaikan. You can rent out a box, sell your own items. So probably can't film it, but you get the idea. You look around, find items, talk to the shopkeeper, and he'll get it out for you. Oh, Japan, Japan, never change. So maybe don't go up there with your family. So yeah, some figures, lots of like Pokemon cards, some other figures, and then there's probably 80% porn, doujin stuff. So if you really want to get yourself some bloomers that some chick's worn and her matching DVD which you filmed it, that's your shop. And then on the second floor it's got the click porn games as well. So if that's your jam, jump on up there and you can definitely get your fix. But anyway, let's swing back around on the corner. I think this is another Liberty or something like that, but anyway, expensive. It's worth checking out. You might find some cool items, but nothing too worthwhile at the very least. This is one of the retro game shops. Don't know the name, but 2 floors, a whole bunch of old games from PS1, DS, Famicom, so forth, which is really cool. But the main shop that we want to check out over here, which is just a highlight where we are, that's where it's a cool PC shop before. Old showroom used to be there, Don Quixote's there, what was it, Animate is over there. Then on this side we have Trader. Now this shop, they sell second-hand items, games, DVDs, figures, and so forth. So if you're into gaming, anime, games, figures, basically everything that this channel is all about, this is where you want to go and have good prices. So it is all fair, and I think for games they also have new games as well, so not just second hand. but they've got about 6 or 7 floors. Yeah, so basement where they buy stuff off you, games, retro games, virtual figures, anime movies, adult games and stuff, and then adult movies and comics and goods on the 6th floor. So lots to check out here. Highly recommend floor 3 and 4. Kaitori prices and figures. So yeah, trade is really cool, tight space, pretty warm. You don't need to dress up too well for winter here when you go into shops. Awesome selection though. My friend, whenever I go with him, we always spend a good while perusing all the aisles because you can find some really good stuff from new and old, and the prices are pretty reasonable to be honest. But if we walk down further, this is back down towards the station. You miss a donut for Japanese style donuts. Over to the side we do have BicCamera, which we saw before. If you're after a PC, you've got Softmap. This is part of BicCamera, so same company, just different branch that specialise in different items. If you've been here for Tamtam Nations, this is the event place where they have it. So if you saw my Tamtam Nations vlog, this whole area should seem a little bit more familiar to you. But the main point that we want to, the main place we want to go to now is actually just on the other side of the road. You can probably see the sign already. Up there we have Amiami, which is actually 2 floors, and they have second-hand stuff up there. So if you're after a whole bunch of old Figma releases, your big titty anime girl figure, that's where you want to go. There is Yellow Submarine as well. However, that one there is focused on your card games. So action figures, not so much. That's the main one you want to go to. What's it? Radio Kaikan, which is over that way. So hopefully everything's kind of, matching up and making sense. But I will do a map, kind of pinpointing all these core locations. And then if you have any questions, you just have to let me know, and I will answer in the comments or do a follow-up video. Actually, there is also a mini Liberty here as well. Mainly idle photos and stuff, but I had a couple of figures before, but nothing that was really, stood out as good. But it's worth having a look around just for your own entertainment. You can take that a little bit up, but I just recommend taking the stairs. Okay, exhausted. So 3rd floor, they open from 11 to 9. One thing to point out, a lot of shops in Japan open up from 10 or 11. But there are some shops in Akihabara which will open up from 12, like K-Books before. Kaitori price. Exhausted, but anyway. As we can see, a whole bunch of figures. Okay, so this is another good time to point out. So that one there means second hand, and this one is brand new, but it does say brand new underneath. So these words you want to keep an eye out for when you're shopping, especially in some shops where they mix and match new and old stock. Okay, up on the 4th floor, there's some special discount corner. Some of the broken stuff there. But here, a lot more of the larger statues. Okay, so we've made it out of the building for 2 Amiami shops. Now I'm going to look around the corner, but before that, I just want to point out, over on the corner is Akiba X. That is the same branch or same shop as one in Radio Kaikan, but that one has the cheapest prices, and it's great if you want to get a brand new premium Bandai release on well, basically release day. But we'll loop around there in a moment once we go around the back streets. We're heading back over to the main street now, so back camera over to the corner there. That's the main street we walked down before, and behind all those buildings is the Tokyo showroom. Now down here there isn't too much more, but there is a shop called Moonlight which has a lot of hobby stuff, and they often sell the items that you get from the UFO catcher. So if there's a recent UFO catcher prize that you've been after or you're keen on, it is worthwhile checking that shop out. So it's definitely worthwhile checking that shop if you're into that type of figure. Plus you've got the arcade right next door. Plus you've got the arcade right next door. That used to be Sega, and then during Corona it all got bought out, now they're Gigo, Gaigo. Anyway, Hey is another really old arcade, really cool, worthwhile popping upstairs. Fuck it, let's go. So I've got new and old machines, which is pretty cool. Okay, so the exit was actually on the other side, so I looked around, but we're back to where we were. Right next to this is a Tamashii Nations shop, and then Softmap. So this is actually part of Softmap, but it's just off to its side, its own dedicated Tamashii Nations items. Full retail price, kind of like a showroom. I don't think I've ever bought anything from there, but it is pretty cool to go in and check out for some, maybe new releases or anything that is on display. Then next door, Softmap, games upstairs, figures, kit sets on the second floor. First of all, hobby stuff, Figma, Good Smart, all those items you'll find in here. Worthwhile looking at, especially if you're into those figures. But yeah, otherwise it's pretty standard. Again, another arcade, Gigo, and this shop. So remember the street, the red building, the red arcade, Gigo, Matsumoto, the drugstore, or pharmacy. This little street, which is opposite the main one that you come out of the station. So basically, train tracks, train station, showroom, Radio Kaikan, coming up this way, and down this street, you'll get to a lot of other shops and onto the back street down to Kotobuki, which is awesome. But before we head down there, there is one shop over here, which I always forget the entrance.